facets. So Huskar is one of the heroes with 3 facets. Not all heroes have that. And that is the one where he burns enemies for a percentage of their max health. So a very, very good way to add damage against that Dragon Knight, even against Bristle. So he's looking to have high damage. I've seen players go for like Hurricane Pike with this facet to just pike someone and then throw a few spears, and it does a ton of damage. But of course, not first item necessarily. It's still going to be armlet, still going to be traditional Huskar items. But Hurricane Pike may be a little bit more of a consideration than previously when you played this facet specifically.
So it reminds me a little bit of like Enchantress with like the way that Sprunk used to, or not Sprunk, but the way Sprunk does work currently.
Yeah.
With the toss back, but
yeah, I also think it's important to recognize that you are a little bit squishier with this facet than the other ones. It's like a higher burst, higher squishiness type facet, which is exactly what Huskar likes to do in the first place. So it's kind of doubling down on what the hero is all about.
So do we see armor items being built, like Solar, Pavis, all that fun stuff?
I imagine we're gonna see, Solar Crest coming out most likely from the Clockwork in this game. And probably we'll see like a Guardian Greaves coming out on a Jakiro, and maybe even Centaur might want to get in there and get some Crimson Guard, who knows.
Oh yeah, Crimson for sure.
The classic protection items. And then it's all about playing for the Roche timings, playing for the Huskar push timings. There's a tricky balance though. Some teams get a bit too stressed when they play Huskar and just go. Analog, he's not one of those level 30 Huskar players. You know, he's gold tier, he plays it, but he's not super Huskar spammer the way that we have some in Falcons, for instance. So, you know, we'll see if they execute cleanly. I do sometimes see teams just think, oh, we have Huskar, we must end the game early, which is not necessarily a good mentality to have.
This is interesting too that Analog has just decided to like block back here the entire time. Really wants that advantage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, both mid laners are playing for it. They know that on mid lane with a Huskar matchup, if you get a good block on Pango, you can play the first creep wave. But if you get a bad block here, if you lose out, and it looks like he is losing out the block, Analog busting out some good moves here. The sidestepping, it's top notch.
Look at him dance.
Yeah, that was a real good
They're
block.
known for their dancing down in Brazil.
They really are. Oh no, this lane, this is not
begins.
how you want it to start.
It begins. Who's the key player then on the side of 1v here? Because, you know, all eyes are on Analog right now, just because it's fun to see the Huskar, but who is the key component that's going to unlock this draft for the side of 1v?
I think it has to be Sweden Strong and Clouds, the two of them together here. What can they do? They need to get a good start. They need Bristle to have some game here, because he's going to have to create space for this Pango to get back into the game a bit. Of course, once Pango gets level 6, he can still do things, but this lane gets ugly fast. Like on level 3, we'll see how it snowballs here.
So is it enough for, you know, Cloud and Sweden Strong to just have a decent laning phase, or do they need to shut down Ektor pretty hard?
I think they need to get some kills. That's what I believe.
Are they equipped to do that, do you think, with what they have? That's my other question.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Jakiro getting a little bit too far out, and Bristleback does have a lot of damage in the lane here. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we haven't talked about it so much, but we have the Clockwork shooting out the cogs here, just burning some mana.
It does a surprising amount of damage too. Like,
yeah, once it's maxed, it's a lot. Yeah,
it can do quite a bit. It's wild.
Yeah, if you get to level 4 on it, it's 275 damage per cog that he shoots, and he can shoot you like twice or maybe even 3 times in some situations.
Look at this, just keeps tossing it out over Makushi. This poor man is being pinballed around. Cannot do much of anything. Like,
yeah, they're gonna try and go now though, with cogs on cooldown.
I don't know, he's so tanky. Like, what? Okay, you get a little bit of harass, but you gotta be careful with your positioning of your Shadow Demon too. So again, you've already got Power Cogs back up again on Schofield. He's just gonna keep doing what he do.
Yeah. And going back to mid lane, looking a little bit here, the Pango is 7-0, 10-7 already on the Huskar, so the banner creep was missed, and Cheo Jr., that is a lot of damage, sir.
Ooh.
Yeah, we said it during laning stage. This is one of the cheesy things that can happen if you pick something like Ember or Pango on mid lane. You can get last picked Huskar, and it's the worst nightmare as a mid player. Easy papa for Analog.
This poor player, I feel like he's just hasn't been able to have a comfortable game in this entire series, right? They just constantly are jumping at Chira. They're always, you know, trying to shut him down with the Doom in the first game, and now he's got to deal with the Huskar. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure. Like, you guys, meanwhile, bottom lane, respect? get poked here by Schofield.
Yeah, I was calling for the thing that they needed to change into game 2 is that they needed to have a game on their mid laner. I don't think that's the case here. It's gonna be rough. Respect is gonna be fine bottom on the Shadow Demon just walking away. Side lanes are skirmishing, but nobody really going down. And yeah, we saw like 1 CS the last minute here for the Pango. He got 7 CS in the first like 3 creep waves, and now he's just not even allowed to touch the creep waves.
This is the saddest Pango I've seen in a while.
Banner creep after banner creep dying. And he doesn't have boots, and the Huskar does have boots. So anytime he steps up, the Huskar goes in for a little bit of damage on him.
Let's see, we've got level 3 on Bristle, 3 on Sweden Strong's Lash.
Oh, Sweden
a
Strong
little bit of that damage,
committing.
trying to put the pressure over onto King Jungle. Sweden Strong maybe just a little bit too low, but he does have that wand. So King Jungles, this is exactly what they needed. They needed to have him be a little bit out of position, just like that.
Yeah, that was a good bait by Sweden Strong. He had a lot of magic sticks charges. He had 8 of them, so he played close enough to his lane partner as well. Bristle could come in and help him. This is what they need. They need good stuff on the side lanes. Bottom lane, though, the problem is they're running out of mana. This Clockwork has hit him with so many cogs that they don't really have that much to pull combos anymore. The SD is very low.
It's almost like a little bit of a taunt, like you could pick up that clarity, shake it like, look what I have! There's gonna be more cogs coming your way.
Yeah, he's...
Poor Respect has nothing. Look at the Shadow Demon. Oh, it's got stuff coming out now on the courier, but it was looking kind of bleak for like half a second.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Davai Lama is just having a great time CSing. Sure, Munkushi isn't struggling on his Dragon Knight. He's getting good CS, but the Centaur is definitely the one enjoying this trade-off a little bit more. He's getting great CS, and now Stack pulling big camp. This is a big thing for them on bottom lane, if they can deny some creeps.
Because she does have some stick charges here, but Schofield doing what Schofield does best, just kind of messing with him, keeping him away from the stack so he can't take advantage of it.
Oh, top lane again here. King Jungle's getting too far out, left by his CK.
I think it starts to get scary once he's got those boots delivered to him too. He's going to be able to run down people.
This is what I said they needed. They need a good top lane. They need to get some kills, and 2 kills already here. Not a bad start for them. Once they get ulti on the Bristleback, they have a massive power spike as well in that lane. Of course,
it's
the
just so
CK...
bad.
Yeah.
Like, look at Tira. Look at Tira CS. He's got 12 to
Yeah.
31 with 24 denies on analog.
Yeah, he's not getting many. He, again, that combo there as well just gets him 2 more, but he is sitting very far behind on mid lane. And you know that once the armlet comes up on the Huskar, that kind of closes any window for you to be able to do something aggressively. And by the looks of things, he's gonna get armlet before you get level 6 at this point. Armlet not far away. He needs only about 600 more gold on the Huskar, and seeing as he's free farming entirely.
Jungles? Tira's like, what do you want me to do, bro? Like, I really can't do anything here.
Yeah, this is like salting the wound or something. And Jakira coming in and nuking you. It's like, I'm already laning against the Huskar. I can't do anything.
I felt like Sweden Strong's like, come on, let's do so. He's like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, leave me alone. Let me just hit these creeps. I'm not throwing away
Schofield
my
too.
life because got that shield rune for the Huskar, so.
They want to push with the catapult timing here, so they use the shield rune on the Huskar as well to try and tank, keep the catapult alive. He's trying to pull the creep wave away, but only gets 1.
I mean, I'm surprised that we're not seeing more of a rotation. Okay, there we go. There's Respect just joined in this mid lane, so it's the supports and the mid laners. But again, Tira just feel a bit spoopied.
Yeah, they built a comeback mechanic for him though, because his lane sucks, but look at his triangle. They do have a nice big stack there. There's a ton of creeps. If they can get that for the Pango later, that can help him recover back into the game.
Take a look at the portal down at the bottom too. They've been taking care of those camps as well. They figure, all right, this is going to be an awful lane, but if you can survive it and not feed too much, we've got some goodies for you.
Yeah, that's a lot for the dragon to come out and farm. Actually, it's going to be Bristle taking the farm as well to try and accelerate his game.
I mean, I feel like that's fine. Like, you just need to be making space for the Pango. Would it be nice if Pango could get some of these stacks? Absolutely, but...
It's better to farm them earlier if you can. And Bristle has the ability to farm them right now. Pango doesn't. Pango needs like level 7 before he can farm that camp. Else it takes so long to do it.
He's almost got those arcane boots, though, Aga.
Yeah.
Pango's trying.
He wants a rune as well. He's very close
King
to level
Jungle
6.
sees all of these stacks.
Ooh.
That's
moments.
juicy. They need to be careful. Oh boy, he
But
needs
he
to be
might
careful
become
because he's
part of
taking
them.
damage from all of
He
these
can't move.
stacks.
The frost creep is griefing him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
All right, well, that's
so-
just a dead Jakira. Now Schofield in an awkward position. Look at the Vylop. He's like, yeah, bro, you're on your own. I'm not dealing with this.
He is in the name, King Jungles. He became one of the creep camp. He just got farmed. I don't think Dragon Knight was even realizing that he was killing him at first. He didn't have vision on him. The splash damage did so much.
Well, that feels really good if you're the side of 1v because you need to be winning these lanes, and two of the supports just kind of serve themselves up on a platter to you.
Yeah. Mid lane we saw Pango pump faking his ult here, trying to deter the Huskar from taking this tower, but I don't know if he can. Glyph comes in as well. That will make him back off.
What was the timing on this armlet?
That was pretty early. I think he had it like
pretty good,
flat 8, roughly. Very nice armlets. And of course, he has 4 points already in the Berserker squad now, so he's going to farm very, very fast as well with this.
Cloud is sitting a little low. Again, he has a bristleback, so it's going to be difficult to... Yeah, they're respecting the tower. Ector not quite in position. We'll have Phantasm up in a moment, though, so...
Yeah.
If Cloud...
I want to see him pop off the Seeing Red facet on Bristleback, the one where you just get Madge and run forward. Nice, the one they went for. They're pushing now top tower as well as mid tower being threatened.
Always feels good when you can do a two-prong approach.
Yeah, I don't know if they really want to fight top here either. Sweden strong.
Just throwing out a couple cogs.
Yeah, he's gonna take all the farm. Pango is like, please, I just want anything, but no.
Gotta protect the stacks. Gotta be there earlier, Pango.
Gets the D ward on the cliff at least, so that's gonna protect the top tower for now, but mid tower did fall to the Huskar pressure. Pango gets a rune top, just an invis though. Not the most active rune for him. Game is starting out in a very good way overall here for Heroic, but you know, they only have 1 kill, but they're still very happy with the way all their cores are having a good game, whereas the Pango is of course far behind. But Bristle is the big, you know, the ray of hope here for 1v. They are getting an early Aghanims on him. Playing around that is going to be very key to their success.
Yeah, they need to have somebody that is going to feel powerful enough to get into this fight. We'll have the armlet soon here for Munkushi on his Dragon Knight. He's been farming quite well. So there is that other, like, ray of hope. Chiyoda making a rotation down towards this bottom lane, but... Oh, he's going to get a kill on Sweden Strong top, and at the same time, Devilam is just going to pull himself back.
Yeah, he was trying to push the creep wave so that he doesn't lose his top tower, but he loses his life instead. Bristol is going to be able to defend now that they already committed some stuff. That's a sneaky
Does feel
ward.
like they're dodging the bristle quite a bit. Like, and again, Cloud's gonna enjoy this because he wants to go for the ags, but you don't present yourself. He's not gonna snowball necessarily the way that you might like him to with this kind of a game.
Yeah, I think Bristol is very happy to just play for all these Ancients, so he's happily holding on to his tier 1 tower and also farming Ancients, so his game is looking fantastic. At the same time, though, already double armlets here. Armlet on CK, armlet on the Huskar. Both of them are going to farm quite quickly in the jungle. And we're seeing an Orchid coming in from the CK as well, the classic builds we've seen time and time again.
More pressure over onto Devilam. Does have himself the Blade Mail, and you can see the teleports are coming out. Gonna try to turn around, try to get stopped. There's 4 heroes here, so teleport does end up getting cancelled, and the pressure is being placed here on the bottom tower. Interesting, too, to note that Sweden Strong, again, not going for any points in Split Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is, again, a build that he must prefer. Again, I think that it wouldn't be bad to have 1 point in with the Shadow Demon, but I can understand it. It's mana efficiency and just getting value out of your spells.
I mean, that's... Yeah, like, you have a Shadow Demon. I'm surprised that you wouldn't try to maximize that combination.
Yeah, well, they got the kill without the stun at least, so they can just keep going here.
To be fair, though, there were 4 heroes down there.
Just it all works if you just have a Pango there to stun everyone and DK stunning as well. You know, you don't need.
They had other stuns available. But top tower goes down.
Invasion here and clearing a little bit of the enemy ancients as well. Farm stolen away. Sanch is coming out now for the Huskar, so he's getting closer to his timings here. Huskar also with face boots in this game. Notable, getting a bit of armor against the minus armor on the Bristleback. And also, it's pretty heavy physical damage coming out from 1v. Their draft is mainly physical, and then Leshrac is there, of course, for the magical.
I'm taking a look at what supports have coming in. It's still fairly early here. King Jungles, as per usual, still pretty poor, but the Blink Dagger picked up now for the Centaur is going to be a pretty big power spike for them.
Yeah, that's something to play around. They also have the Orchid completed in just 400 gold on a CK, so I think with that, they want to start pushing bottom here. If they get this bottom tower, they can take Roche. Quick shot to safety on top. Gets out of dodge. Schofield gonna stay safe. But yeah, bottom.
Got a decent amount of damage down here too, so should take this tower quickly.
Analog is showing mid. He was spotted. They might actually get a big kill on Huskar here.
Start with the Rolling Thunder coming out from Tira. She joining in. Get that disruption, but the rest of the team's in. Oh, Divine Lava showing off that beautiful, beautiful stun with the blink, followed up with a macro pyre. Oh, they still managed to get the kill. Having a full rotation. They'll follow up. They'll get King Jungles. Divine Llama looks like he's going to be next to fall as they just slowly burn him down. Oh, man. If all the heroes didn't show up there, that could have been pretty sick. But it was a beautiful response coming out from the side of 1v as they immediately collapsed on them.
Yeah, that was a good recognition of opportunity, right? They saw him go down mid. They knew Clockwork used hookshot top, and they saw people showing on bottom lane. So they're like, this guy's just completely alone, out of position, and they don't even have Clock ulti to save him as well. So good punish there, getting in a huge kill. And this early game momentum, losing it as a Huskar, it can be very, very tough to recover. Hero does dominate lane, and he does have a great early game, but you don't really want these early game deaths to happen. It takes away your chance to take Roche. We'll see if they're going to be able to go for top Roche instead, though, as it's going to move in about 5 seconds here.
I mean, we say that, but that is his only death so far, so definitely don't want to see, you know, any other deaths, but he's still doing all right.
Oh, yeah.
I was worried that that Shadow Demon disruption might have, like, foiled everything, too, for, like, half a second. But, again, with the rest of the team showing up the way that they did.
It was a great reaction to the Centaur ulti. The moment Centaur ulti, then he disrupted, so preventing that save. But now with a lot of stuff, you know, happening on elsewhere on the map and the DK ulti being on cooldown, they're saying, okay, we can go for a Roche now. Doesn't look like when we really want to go and contest this one.
Alright, Analog, I'm watching you. Seen too many SATs get a little too crazy with the toggling. And...
See, this is where I'm telling you, you're not a Huskar player, right? If you're not tanking the Roche,
not a filthy Huskar player.
Yeah,
how dare you?
Yeah, he's. You know, if you're level 30 Huskar, you just face tank the Roche. She was dropping aggro to the CK there. That's a sign of lack of confidence. But yeah, he almost has his entire halberd now as well. He actually has it if he just spends out the money. I wonder if he's considering something else. Nah, he's gonna buy it now. Halberd coming in. Pretty fantastic against the Dragon Knight to have halberd. Can also help you against Bristle in some scenarios. Very standard item for the Huskar.
That was weird. Mid lane. Bylon applying a little bit of pressure. Analog throwing out a spear or two. Top lane too, the Rolling Thunder from Chira, hoping to get himself King Jungles. Will be able to with some help from Respect. And that double damage feels real good right now. The rest of the team not really in position to deal with this.
Yeah, just really nice deep catch there, getting a kill, and this is gonna help them as well take that top tower. Munkushi wasting no time. Gets the tier 1 taken down, so 3,000 gold lead for 1v here, who did have a rough start to this game, but thanks to how strong the Bristleback is and stuff they got going from the top lane as well, I think they're doing a fantastic job of finding kills. Shadow Demon is 3-0-3 in this game, been part of 6 kills already. Great hero for setups.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a little bit more comfortable despite the rough start in the mid lane. But that's to be expected. And I feel like they also did a great job of like making sure that they stacked and took care of their jungle. Just a little poke over on Sweet and Strong. Llama has the blink available, jumps forward, finds Sweet and Strong, finishes him off. Now Cloud needs to be careful because he's a very tanky boy. Nice little bit of an ice path here from King Jungles trying to kite. Ooh. It's gonna be the Aegis that ends up getting...
Yeah, all the quills. I think he tried to toggle there through it, but the quills hit right at the same time. Can be tricky to toggle against some of the stuff on the Radiant team, but they got at least one kill. The Aegis lost already, though, means it's dangerous for them to siege up a tier 2 tower. Ideally, this Aegis would have been allowing them to extend their map control here, but now they can happily defend if a push comes in.
You can see that Sweden Strong already teleporting down to the bottom lane. A little surprised if we don't see more vision down in this portion, although they do have one over by the mid tier 2. So they're positioned where they want to be able to move.
Yeah, I mean, the Heroic are set up to play the bottom part of the map. Right now, they're just completing some items, I guess. They have Clockwork and Entire Orchid coming out, so they have double Orchids at this point. And there's no Dispel on the Pango yet. There's also no Dispel on the Dragon Knight yet, so they have pretty good timing to take fights here with the double Orchids. At the same time, the defensive items are up for the team of OneWe. They have Pavis on the support, they have Mech on the other support.
Yeah, a little surprised that we aren't seeing more, like, I guess not defense, like, armor, I guess, coming out from the supports. Like, we talked about that earlier. And eventually, you know, we'll see Greaves probably for Jakiro. But the clock going very, very aggressive. I'm a little surprised that he'd go for, like, a smaller, like, armor item.
Yeah, like Solar Crest was what I expected him to go for, especially with them already having an Orchid buyer. But he really values having the silence. That makes sense, though. If he gets a hookshot onto the SD now, he can just straight up kill him, I think. Actually, SD does have a ton of HP. The Pupil's Gift, again, 1700 HP. Dear God. That's without the level 10 talent? That's crazy. He has the 10 strength talent as well, of course. He can pick up.
He's very far forward here without the rest of his team.
Yeah. Just farming the area. We see a lot of supports just using the map in this series. Farming whatever they can. Clockwork real fast at jungling as well, but SD just putting the Shadow Poison to use.
Got the Heaven's Halberd completed now for Huskar, which is another nice item timing.
Yeah, and a plate mill. So he has that as well. Extra armor.
There's a find. This is looking like a dead Chira.
Yeah.
That's a reveal of that Orchid, I believe, too.
He walked under a ward. That's, you know, the bottom part of the map is very warded right now by Heroics, so it's dangerous for anyone who goes down there by OneWe. He was playing the dangerous area, the rest of his team is farming safely, the Dragon Knight is working on his timings. They want his BKB, it seems like. That's gonna be the big timing for OneWe. He is at 700 gold, needs 700 more for the recipe. Bristleback, I think, also has the entire... Does he have the entire... Yeah, I think he's one energy booster away from his entire Bloodstone now. So, very, very close. Sadly, no disassemble on the mana boots anymore. Else he would have the entire thing.
That still trips me up even today.
Right?
Like certain items, I'm just like, what? Oh, God.
Yeah, it's no longer built like that.
No, it's not. In position, Wisdom Rune. Potentially seeing a Tormentor get taken. Like it's on the minds of both teams here a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good Tormentor take. Scary for King Jungles, drops quite low, but they're gonna get the jetpack over on Clockwork, who immediately uses it to celebrate.
I love the addition of this. Everyone was like, oh, that's so silly, you know. But like, we've seen some really cool plays, especially Schofield. I think I remember like one game where he was playing and he just like zipped around Medusa chasing him the entire time.
Yeah,
and he had just like gotten it or something.
It's
like, it makes some cool stuff happen.
It's a very fitting facet for Clockwork, and it's very powerful. And it's funny how it has the drawback of you not being able to like manually just say, "Oh, I don't want to go here." You have to like ulti out of it. You have to stop it somehow. The guy just flailing around with his jetpack.
I've always really liked Clockwork's kit.
Yeah, we see Huskar farming what is the dangerous area for him now, staying under a ward on top. I don't think he will die to 2 heroes, but more heroes are smoking up though. He's gonna run away.
No one else is showing, so I feel like he's gotta realize like something doesn't feel right, because the wave's pushed out pretty far bottom.
Yeah, he knows.
That they're supposed to push top. Yeah, he's definitely like, oh, I'm not going there. And he has been stalled a little bit, you know, again, just one death, but it has not felt like Heroic felt comfortable making these moves, especially with this Bristleback being as strong as he is currently.
It's also a story of just both Bristle and DK are farming extremely fast right now. It's sort of a separation there. The DK, Bristleback, and CK are all farming super duper fast, whereas the Huskar, he he's doing okay, but he hasn't gotten that much done here. No tier 2 tower taken, not really any kills to his name. He's been two kills, but yeah, he's not really snowballing because Huskar doesn't farm jungle as fast as these other heroes does.
I feel like Huskar's definitely like one of those more assassin-like heroes that just goes to snowball off of
yeah, he wants fights.
well, heroes.
Yeah, he wants fights, he wants Roche, he wants objectives. That's what the hero is great at doing, whereas the others are just so fast at clearing ancient stacks and farms. And we are getting to that timing. I talked about earlier how Dragon Knights, he's very popular. He is doing fantastic in the tournament overall. And the big timing for him is going to be the Daedalus. Like for now, he's just farm. But when he actually gets damage into the mix, that's when you can't ignore him anymore. Because so far, Armlet, SNY, and BKB is mostly built to keep him alive. But with this Daedalus addition, he's going to start looking at opportunities. He can actually crack some skulls.
Do you have Tira kind of up in no man's land right now? Does have a TP on him though.
Yeah, he's
drawing the attention. That's what. Yeah, he's thinking about just.
He got the roll. He can TP out as well. He's trying to stay away from the Clockwork, but Clock is all the way to the right. He sees him with his Observer Ward, so he can safely go for a TP out. And he traded against the Centaur ulti, so that's pretty nice for him. Of course, using Impang ulti is a big concession, I guess, but Centaur ulti is almost as valuable, if not more.
Well, like you said, that big timing's coming up for the Daedalus on the Dragon Knight, so if you're, you know, doing as well as you're doing currently, like, why not just take the time to continue to farm and avoid fights? Sweet
and Strong got a D-ward, but stuck around a little bit too long and then quickly gets taken down as well here. Gonna be accelerating the CK farm.
Summon Kushi's courier got taken down, but he does have his crystals already.
Yeah, already delivered, so not really a problem for him. It's gonna respawn in time as well for him to get his Daedalus completed, I think. He has 2 minutes, he needs 2,000 gold.
Oh man, did you... So I was, you know, doing my research as one does. There's a entire, like, dating anime simulator for 1W.
What?
On YouTube. I don't speak Russian, but it looks incredible. Like, it's wild. I don't know why I just thought of that.
So can you date the players? What's the thing?
You're literally playing as a character who is going on, like, not necessarily dates, but like meeting all of the players, and each one, like, one of them is from One Punch Man, one's like dressed as Luffy, like
what on earth?
It's wild. Yeah, I don't again, and there's no subtitles. Like, it's very cool content.
Even better, I'll play it without knowing anything.
Well, you can't play. It's like a video, like someone, you know, pretending to play, but
damn it. I wanna date these players.
I wanna see, yeah, I wanna see what they're all about, because a lot of the one character's like, no.
We see a little move towards Roche top here. Roche is up and available, of course, so smoke coming in from Heroic.
You can see that Cheer's not with them, though, so if they can get a grab on, like... This bristle's hard to kill, but not if you have, like, a lot of... Okay, I can do a little scout.
He's a...
Walk right past Cloud.
Yeah, he's a very dangerous target. They need CK or Huskar, else the three of them can't do anything to a bristle.
Respect. Oh, Cheer is here! Uh-oh. Alright. They're now grabbing up the SD. The Rolling Thunder just kind of rolling around in this corner. Not an optimal spot. The rest of the team, though, they're here for 1W. They're looking to fight. Kira rolls around on the back line. Divine Llama seeing an opening. Jumps over onto 2, but he is very much alive. Sweetstrong taking a lot of damage. Divine Llama dies to Sweetstrong. He was still alive, but in comes Schofield. He was hoping to potentially get something. The fight is split up. See Analog just giving the clicks off over onto Respect, turning their attention now to Cloud, and he's so dangerous. It's very difficult to take this man down. As Analog, is he gonna be able to survive? No, he ends up dying. They will get the kill on Cloud. And Ector, he is left alone. This BKB duration just about out. Was stunned up, needs to get out of there as fast as possible. Does hold on to that Chaos Bolt. Might be, no, they have the damage. They have the chase, and they will end up losing Ector and go right towards his Roche pit.
Oh, man, that looked like it could have been a good fight for Heroic there, but Davai Lama, I think, making the first sort of mistake throughout this series, actually, so far, that I want to say. He popped his ulti after he already blinked in and initiated, and he was a little bit disjointed from his team there. Just got picked off while his friends weren't even that close. So he could have ulted quite a bit earlier there. He had it available, but his team just didn't really have a chance to join him as he didn't speed them up. I think that fight became a little bit awkward when they stretched too far. And we see the tankiness. These heroes are not easy to kill. Well, apart from perhaps the Leshrac, he dies pretty easily.
He's a Leshrac, what can you do? Yeah, I thought they were gonna go jump on the Shadow Demon, but he just went a little bit further over onto Swedenstrong and Cloud, and it just was too far away from the rest of his team.
I like the jump on the backline because SD already used Disruption on himself, so you already kind of forced out what the SD is supposed to do in the team fights. Now he only walks around doing a Demonic Purge. That's basically his life. But he just went too early compared to his team. But still, the fight is going to be extremely favorable here for one win. So they now have Aegis on the Dragon Knight, who already hasn't died a single time this game. Daedalus in hand, 2.6k gold as well. He's not too far away from his own Assault Cuirass. Might even get his before the Huskar, who has been working on it for a while.
So, like, what's the solution with dealing for this bristleback? Because I'm looking at, like, itemization, and we're not really seeing anything just yet.
They've got Shivas, that's it. But, yeah, they need more. And it's kind of tricky. They don't really have a natural Skadi buyer. CK doesn't love buying an Eye of Skadi to try and counter the healing. At the same time, you can't buy it on anyone else. But they don't have a Spirit Vessel in this game.
I thought that clock would have gone first. I mean, we have the Orchid, which we both were like, oh, okay, you know.
Yeah.
That's a thing, but also, like, would it have been more valuable if they had gone for something like that? Especially because you know what a big issue that this bristleback is going to be in this mid-game.
There's an argument that maybe Solar Crest and Vessel would have been a stronger option than what he's going for the Orchid and the Lotus, but so far, Schofield not having a fantastic game here. They're trying to go for a backstab here. See if they can find
it. That is the question.
I need to kill Pango or Lesh or something. I don't think they can go on the DK. He has Aegis. They're going on him.
Yeah, alright. Well, putting out a little bit of damage over onto Monkushi.
I mean, he shrugs it off.
Spread out fight, because Schofield on the top.
Yeah.
Hard to get a full picture of everybody as they move around. They're still smoked on two of the heroes over here.
DK ulti is out, so they just want to disengage here.
Hookshot coming in hot over onto Cloud. And again, I don't think that's who you want, because Divine Lama goes right onto the back lines. We talked about this. They're going to stun up, try to finish off the Shadow Demon. They'll fight it. Swedenstrong sliced into pieces. And Divine Lama, he's taking a brunt of this damage, but he had that Blade Mail, so he's able to dish some of it back. Hector finding Cloud. He's so gosh darn hard to kill, though. He's so tanky, and these quills will just end up absolutely destroying Analog. So dragged back here. Cloud turning his back. They need to get in front of him. They need to get their hands on them, but Respect is here. He bought back to try to save him, as they'll be able to take him down again. When Kishi Schofield Hill's going to end up dying, and it's just proving to be too much of a hassle. They're not going to be able to do it. They get K1 Hector, King Jungles, flapping those little wings. He wants nothing to do with this, and he's going to end up falling too. Oh my god, what a wonderful fight for 1v.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It was a good start to the fight for Heroic. They got a really nice jump with the Centaur, followed up with an Ice Path as well. They got both the supports there and killed them, but that's all they can kill. They cannot bring down this Bristleback without the anti-healing from something like a Spirit Vessel. They just don't have enough. The Shivas, yeah, it does something, but you just can't kill any of these big fat cores. Even the Pango is, you know, a little bit too tanky now with the Manta Style and the Divine Chill as well. I think, yeah, we're seeing the result of the itemizations really kick in here. The Bloodstone is doing so much work for the Bristle.
I feel like they just didn't respect the Bristle, like, is a lot of what comes down to, because, like, they looked pretty good early on, but, you know, Cloud was very patient. Cloud knew his time was going to come. They did it, you know, and I would say also that Chira was very, what's the word, even though he suffered early, like, he knew that his Bristle was going to be, you know, a big issue, and DK as well eventually, but they just had no itemization against this Bristle, and that's kind of wild to me. I don't know.
It's a lot of things, though. It's also the fact that they went on the DK at first. They were on the high ground and lost their Phantasm Illusions. It made it tough to take the fight overall. It was...
But, like, look at this Bristle. Look at him. He just literally sits there, quilling the entire time. You know that Analog's going to probably not be able to toggle all of that.
And the disruption.
They buy back, too, for the... They're like, all right, just in case. And, you know, Respect does die for it, but absolutely the right call.
Yeah, coming in there, buying a little bit of time for Bristle to, you know, disengage. He was under stun from the Frost Path. Bottom, we see DK getting jumped again. He does have 10 seconds on his Aegis. Oh no, Jared Jr.
Oh, that's a feature.
Yeah, he found a nice little spot to get stuck.
Little hole in the ground.
He just timed out. Centaur in position to jump from the high ground.
I don't have the clock, though.
Nice back.
Okay. Vylom in a great position here as Hector jumping in over onto Monkushi, followed up with a nice stomp. And again, they're just kind of split with where
He's
they're
melting.
following. Hector's just getting chased down. Hector just immediately dies. Cannot have that happen. As now, Analog, he's got his BKB up, but it's still proving that he just doesn't seem to be able. Yeah, look go, they'll have to stampede out, and King Jungles is already dead. Analog hoping he could get out. He is not going to be able to. One way just running over them, and they call GG. They realize they don't have a solution for this bristle. They're not going to have one for a while, and everybody else has just been riding on his shoulders to get to this point, to get big and strong.
I mean, both the Bristle and the DK just had a perfectly clean game here.